We are live. Good evening from chilly downtown Crestline in the San Bernardino Mountains of Southern California's Inland Empire. Wooey, my little gadget internet modem is needing a battery charge. On this Tuesday, January 25, in the year of our Lord 2022, this is my third try today. Let's hope the internet stays up this time. I'm taking the nuclear option that the doctor gave me for this kidney infection that's been going on since last, I think it was October. Yeah, it was. Okay, so I'm not really with it, but we need to talk. I'm on locals and I really spout off there, but not here. YouTube doesn't like it when I say certain words. But the biggest problem today was that Verizon kept going down. It turned out that Edison was working on the power lines and they were interfering with Verizon. Verizon towers are supposed to have batteries. Hi, Jan. In the chat room, Australia still won't accept my package. They won't take packages from the US. How did I manage to misspell Australia? Come on, evil mouse, do this right. There, here we go. All right. I need to send it across the Atlantic Ocean too. I haven't been well, so I haven't mailed anything in the past week. I'm glad you understand, Jan. Anyway, hi, V. Yeah, well, this is your lucky day. I tried twice this morning and could not get a decent connection. I had to send my first video to La La Land. It wouldn't let me delete it, so I made it private because YouTube didn't like what I was saying. I didn't think there was anything wrong. I mean, I said that I got a COVID shot and I tested negative for COVID the other day, but they didn't like it. So I won't fill in the details this time. I'm sure that what I just said now is fine. Anyway, my connection is unstable. I'll bet YouTube checkers are pausing me so they can see what I said. They have keywords that alert them. Oh, V. I should know who you are, but I don't remember. Anyway, I like you as V for victory, or what's that other one? What's that movie? Oh, I think it's called V, where the lizard aliens invade and they eat people. Yeah, machine elves. But if you say certain things, they alert a human to check it more carefully. Facebook has been fact checking jokes and marking them as false news. Jokes. Who knew? Anyway, I don't know which is worse, but I am on locals, but so far I have not gone live on locals. I I don't know. I record short things on my phone and upload them. But and you do not have to pay to watch a video on locals. You can if you want to comment or send me a message, but most of you can find me on Facebook or Gmail, so it doesn't matter. Well, so much is happening. It's Russia again on the border of Ukraine in Crimea. Russia rescued both Ukraine and Crimea in a war that took place in 1774, 2 years before the American Revolution. Hi, Howard. I mean, like, the Ottoman Empire had taken over Ukraine and Crimea, and in 1774, Russia liberated them. Then there was the Crimean War. I think that was around the time of our Civil War, 1860s, maybe a little before, and Russia lost some territory there. But after World War I, the Ottoman Empire was totally kicked out of Ukraine and Crimea. And then the Soviet Union took them over. In 1953, the Soviet Union ceded Crimea to the Soviet Socialist Republic of Ukraine, with the understanding that the military, the Soviet, Russian, in other words, military could continue using the warm water port at Sebastopol in Crimea, because all of Russia's other ports are cold water. They ice up in winter. They're not navigable, and most ships would have to be hauled up onto land so the ice formation wouldn't damage them. Well, in 2014, Russia invaded Crimea and took over after Ukrainian Sebastopol, and I'll bet I'm being fact-checked or something. And Sebastopol, of course, is where Russia has had a navy base for centuries. Well, at least since the 1770s. When they kicked out the Ottoman Empire. So I don't like the idea of Russia invading Ukraine. They really don't have any claim to Ukraine. They have a solid claim to the warm water port at Sebastopol in Crimea. But Ukraine? Do you know what Stalin did to Ukraine? I don't remember how many troops, but the U.S. is activating troops that are already in Europe and sending more to Eastern Europe. We don't need a shooting war. Russia doesn't need a shooting war. But they really need to stay out of Ukraine. It isn't theirs. Yeah, they have Sebastopol because in 2014 they kicked out the Ukrainian dissidents and took over all of Crimea. And Russia has a good claim to Crimea, but not to Ukraine. Yeah, I really don't like all this stirring up conflict, hysteria, fear mongering. It's really, there's something wrong with all this. There really is. And our leadership isn't doing a good job. Oh, I'm back in Great Granny's rocking chair. Ever since my back went pop, I got a ruptured disc. The office chair was hurting my back, so I gave it to someone who can use it. Great Granny's rocking chair is wonderful. She liked it because she had a broken back. And even after her back healed, she still loved this chair. Well, I was sure that we were going to end up going to war in Afghanistan or the Middle East, but now it looks like either Taiwan or Ukraine. Maybe both. In World War II, we had troops in Europe and troops in the Pacific. We can't afford this. We can't spill American blood for what? Now, Taiwan, they're our ally. Ukraine, maybe. Taiwan, solid. And the people of Taiwan are not Chinese. There's about 1% of Taiwanese who are ethnic Chinese. They're mostly native islanders and Japanese. Taiwan was a Japanese colony, and after World War II, we made Japan give up Taiwan to form an independent country. I think it must have been around the time of the Chinese Revolution under Mao Zedong. Yeah, Taiwan is also a solid ally of Japan, even though they're no longer a colony. And as I said, they're native islanders and Japanese. In fact, my former favorite sushi chef, she's retired now, but she was a Japanese lady from Taiwan who made the best sushi. Every morning she would go down to the pier or the dock, I guess, in San Diego and get fresh fish and seafood every morning while it was still dark even. So she was there when the boats came in, the fishing boats. Well, Koreans are just Korean, but would you want to say Taiwanan? That's why they're Taiwanese. I don't know. It's crazy. I still remember Vietnam, even though I was a kid. Well, I was a teenager. Um, all these people marching in the street, things like hell, hell, we won't go, or hell no, we won't go, and peace, get out of Vietnam. They were burning draft cards, and women were burning their bras. Uh, Getting liberated. Well, yeah, I can see the point. The bra is a medieval torture instrument. They're finally beginning to make some that are comfortable, and some women do need the support, and some women want padded bras to look a little bigger. I could use one of those. I've been mistaken for a man, depending upon how I'm dressed. It helps when, well, it used to help when my hair was shorter, but now men have longer hair than mine sometimes. Are we going to have people dodging the draft now? I mean, they aren't drafting anyone, but young men all have to sign up for the draft just in case. It's horrible. And I'm not looking for some savior to enter the White House and fix everything. It would help. It would help to have the deadbeats out of Congress, both the Senate and the House. And by the way, the House of Representatives is not the Congress. The Senate and the House together make up the Congress. And yet, even so called news people, supposed to be experts, call the House the Congress. They're wrong. You still have siblings enlisted, V? Wow. Yeah, you wouldn't want to say Taiwanan or Koreanan, so they're E's. Oswald. Hi, Oswald. I just noticed your name. I try to pay attention to the chat. I don't always manage. Anyway, my kidneys are just not cooperating. You know, Fox News is on YouTube, and they say things that would get me kicked off, banned entirely. I guess they have more power than I do with my little YouTube channel. Oh, that's right. Koreans are not Koreanese. Sorry, Oswald. I have an excuse. I'm ill. I'm taking the nuclear option for my kidney infection. The doctor prescribed Cipro. And the idea is if the Cipro doesn't kill you, at least it'll kill the infection. You know, they're not sure which will happen first, but aha. That's where the glare's coming from. My lamp. I've got another light on that needs to get turned off. Oh, Circle K loves my book. And Oswald is cooking the Korean dish. Well, Oswald, If you can do Korean food, the only recipe in my book that you really need is the coleslaw. Um, it's actually a recipe from Dad's second wife, not Mom, but she didn't want to be stepmother either. And I was an adult when she married him. But Nita made the best coleslaw, so I got her to show me how to do it. More water, more milk thistle. I drink a lot of lemon juice. I drink it straight. I like the flavor. And when I can, I have lemons. And I slice them up like oranges and eat them the way some people eat oranges. Aw, sorry, Circle K. Sorry you feel bad. Let me go get that light. Okay. Now I'll turn this one back on. Glare again, but at least the color palette is better. Now, I've had Cipro before many moons ago, 03 or 04 or thereabouts. It's Australia Day. I did not know that. Holiday. Cool. Now, usually this time of day, I have no internet connection, so that's why I've been doing early mornings. But today, I'm going to redo the light. Today, anyway, I couldn't get online for love nor money in the morning. Let me change the lights. Dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Yeah, the lighting, the natural lighting is different in the evening. Yeah, I don't mind being blue. Everything looks blue now, but I'm happier without the glare, except that kitchen window, even though the shades are shut, it faces west and the sun's going down. Lord. Okay, let me see. Bozo retrograde moons or something? I don't know what bozo means. I mean, Bozo was a clown. Is that one of those new planets or moons or asteroids? We had a comet recently. They said it was a one-off, not periodic, but just doing its thing around the sun one time. It was huge, but NASA didn't see it till it passed the Earth. Oh, I look good in blue? Thank you. I like purple. The blue is good. Okay. Now, Circle K, you read the whole book, but I don't remember which was it. Oh, it must have been The Darkening of the Light. I should have more copies of them in about a week. Today, yeah, it would help, Circle K. I didn't say hi to Circle K. There. My keyboard is in darkness. I can't really move the floor lamp. I have too much stuff here, and it's what's really in the way is the cat condo, which they don't really use except it's kind of a stepping stone to the window where they like to sit. I don't know whether it was Leonard V. Don't remember. Aw, Howard has to rescue someone. See ya, Howard. Hope all goes well. Hmm. Yeah, something is in the air, Oswald. It's, to me, it feels like a great weight, but that might just be due to having a kidney infection. The worst part is that while I'm taking the antibiotics, I can't consume dairy or antacids or anything with calcium in it. If I time it just right, I can drink a glass of milk at bedtime. And I love milk and I can digest it. And I love it even more with Ovaltine. Chocolate malt Ovaltine. Because if I drink it right before bed, it will have been long enough till I take the next pill. It says you can consume dairy 7 hours before taking one of these pills. Oh, exegesis? All I have about Phil's exegesis is just a sort of preview edition, about 70 pages. Good bone broth. Yeah, I made bone broth the other day. Consumed it all with veggies in it. Ginger tea. Well, I don't have any fresh ginger and I don't have ginger tea bags. I have some herbal teas. I could look through them and see what I've got. I did learn that I should quit drinking tonic water. I was drinking it for muscle cramps in my legs and feet, but the quinine in the tonic water is bad for kidneys. Go figure. So I'll have to find another way to avoid having to get up. I lie down to sleep and my legs and feet cramp up, so I have to get up and walk off the cramps. Yeah, I'll check out my herbal teas. I have a variety. Yeah, well, I keep trying to work on. I think the title, well, the working title is Exploring the Exegesis. But I'm kind of stalled, mainly due to health, but also due to life getting in the way. Oh, I've got to send a text message real quick. Come on, where is it? I was supposed to go somewhere and I'm not going. So I have to let someone know. The kidney. Sometimes I like the way it finishes a word for me and I don't have to type all those letters on the tiny phone. I hope it goes through. Sometimes people don't get my messages till the next day. Stinking Verizon. Well, thank you, Circle K. I try to be a good writer. Quinine heavy canned waters? I've never had water from a can. I've had bottled water, but lately, I years now, I use a pure filter pitcher. Oh, yeah, well, I do have some black licorice, and it's the real thing. I do love licorice. And I like ginger too. It's just that I've tried to grow it, can't get it to grow. And when I get it fresh, it doesn't last forever. It dries up. But I use it when I have it. A ginger root, which isn't really a root at all, it's a corm, but that's another subject. Okay, time to turn on the heater. I'm getting a real chill now. It's been really literally freezing overnight. It goes down to 30, 32 Fahrenheit, which is freezing. And during the day, it might get up to 50 or it might not. It's cold. So let me turn on the heater. Tora, you want to say hi to your adoring fans? Kitty. Where's my kitty cat? Here she is. Say hi to your adoring fans and then you can have some treats. See, she's a good kitty. Oh, she's big and heavy. Why did you grow up? I liked you as a kitten. Yeah. All right, kitty cat treats. Yes. She really wants to go outside. So in the summer when it's warm, I might allow it just to save my sanity. She'll go to the door and frantically paw at it and make noises. She doesn't really meow. I don't think she can, but she vocalizes. She wants out. And it's too cold to leave the door open, and I don't want to let her outside if I can't leave the door open. So if some critter is chasing her, she can come in. Your garden is mostly bird seed? Well, that isn't a bad thing. Birds love it. Now, Tora's awfully heavy. She isn't huge, but she's a big kitty. She would look bigger to me if I hadn't had so many cats before that were even bigger than she is. I think they had more of the bobcat in them than she does. Anyway, yeah, she weighs a lot. So, yeah, she's huge. Little Sweetie, her feral pal, who's also inside because she has enough sense to come in from the cold. Well, Sweetie is nowhere near as heavy as Tora, and she's fully grown. Tora probably has a little more to go. They say cats keep growing till they're 4 years old, and she's not quite 2. All right, what does the phone want? Oh, it wants me to go on YouTube and watch Ace Hardware. I don't watch their live videos because live videos are hard for me to play when my internet connection goes weak. So I'll watch the recording, the replay later. But I like watching Ace Hardware videos. They give you pretty good advice. Okay, Circle K moved here, wherever here is. I don't remember. Still trying to feel at home. I don't remember where here is, but the way I made this place home was to surround myself with familiar objects and to get to know the neighbors. Of course, I have different neighbors. Just a few months ago, houses on both sides got new tenants because they're rentals. But I do know the weekender across the street. The thing is, Bruce lives and works in Los Angeles, so he only comes up for weekends and vacations. You live in Slow. Oh, is that St. Lo? Just moved to a different house. Oh, downtown. Well, downtown Crestline is an exaggeration. We have a 7-Eleven and a McDonald's. All the other shops are locals. And really, the employees at 7-Eleven and McDonald's are locals. But we aren't even a city, we're just a small town. So even though I'm downtown, it isn't like a city's downtown. But we see each other at the post office because we all have post office boxes. The post office does not come to the house because we're in the mountains and many, many places are either too hard to find or too difficult to get up and down the road. So we see each other at the post office and we say hi and we know each other, but names? Here and there I get a name right and I try, but most of us just say, hi, good to see you. And we don't even try to come up with a name. Well, anyway. I really enjoy these little videos and the chat room. It's like I consider you all my friends. I'm smoking too much, but I'm going to smoke anyway. Want to run to the hills, eh? Well, you have to be a special kind of person to live in the mountains. My neighbors didn't bother to learn my name till I survived 2 winters up here. They didn't realize that I'd been visiting the mountains since I was a little kid in the 1960s. I think the first time I came up here, I've been saying 1960, but I think it was really 61. Anyway, it was a cabin that belonged to the extended family. So I kind of knew what I was in for. And I've been up here since 94 and bought my house in 98. And when I'd gotten through 2 winters and I was still here, then they bothered to learn my name. Oh, Circle K, if you're smoking with me, I'm just smoking tobacco. I don't like marijuana. I don't care if you like it, go right ahead, but not for me. Oh boy. Such a peaceful evening. The neighbors 2 doors down have small dogs and small children, and they're usually very noisy, but I guess the cold weather is keeping them inside. And the dogs are not barking. There's various dogs in the neighborhood. V doesn't care for marijuana too, or either. I guess V has a problem with his his post office, mail delivery, whatever. What was that movie where the guy wore a funny mask and kept saying, remember the 5th of November? Was that called V? I think it was. Well, in California, you can get legal pot, and people have been really urging me to try the gummies since I don't want to smoke it. They claim it will ease the pain. And they're, licensed and all that stuff. V for Vendetta. Thank you, Circle K. Yeah. You know about the gunpowder treason and plot where Guy Fawkes tried to blow up the parliament. I think the king was supposed to be there too. Didn't work out too well for him. So every year on the 5th of November in England, they build a straw man and set it on fire. But I think Guy Fawkes was hanged, not burned. Anyway, for a few days before that, kids will go around asking for pennies for the guy. How are they going to do that if we go to digital currency? Psychology of American dog owners, Oswald. Yeah, really. I usually don't select a cat. The cat selects me. But I had to accept Tora when her humans fled a bad domestic situation. And it took a while to get her settled down. Anyway, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I have owned dogs. I like dogs. I'm just afraid that one vet bill would ruin me. Tora's broken leg took actually more than half of the stimulus check. If I had a dog I'd have two sources of financial ruin. Your cats all jump you. When we're at the grocery store, we tell the shopping cart to sit and stay, especially in the parking lot. Ah, Guy Fawkes Day in New Zealand as well. That's interesting, Jan. Hmm. Wow. I'm thinking of that movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy. I think it was set in Australia. It was either Australia or Africa, and I think it was Australia. Oh, I never let my dog poop on someone else's lawn. I did walk him into town a few times, but he didn't poop in town. He just stopped and got petted by total strangers because he was a friendly doggy. Yeah, New Zealand sounds like a beautiful place. It was Africa, Jan? Now I have to look up The Gods Must Be Crazy. I do know that the language the guy spoke was clicking. So that sounds like Africa. South Africa. Okay. Another British colony. Of course, the British took South Africa by killing all the Boers who were Dutch colonists. I love that movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy. Everybody's fighting over a Coca-Cola bottle, so that fell out of an airplane or was tossed, most likely. So they have to get rid of that Coke bottle because they've been fighting over it. And when the guy, the native, is accused of poaching because he killed a goat, his defense is that the farmer refused to share. He was going to, cook the goat, and he was willing to share the meat, but the farmer wanted all of it. There's always an exception to the trends. I hope we have some exceptions now. Cigarette went out again. Wow, I really feel awful. I must be passing kidney stones too, because my kidneys hurt. I know where they are, and I can feel them. They're swollen and painful. This is only my second day on the antibiotics, the nuclear option. It's called Cipro. So it better work because there is no better option except to keep drinking that lemon juice. And there's You can get an herbal remedy, but what I've always used in the past is called Food. It's no longer recommended for kidney stones. But my brother swears that it works, that he hasn't had kidney stones since he started using Food. I don't know. I know lemon juice works. Sometimes I drink the vinegar, the spicy vinegar out of a jar of pickles. Well, I might be less likely to develop kidney stones, but I've had them, and I probably have them now. More lemon juice. I like it. People go, ew, and I go, yum. Yeah, the other day I had a real lemon, sliced it up and ate it. And then put what was left in my glass of water to make it lemony. Oh, hi, Howard. Well, I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you were able to help your brother-in-law. All right, where is it? Wow. So, we talked about cats and dogs and V for Vendetta and the gods must be crazy. I was going to talk about the exegesis, but my brain is just not going there today. Maybe next time. Ugh, that cigarette got to me. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to lay off the tobacco for a while and see if the inhaler helps. Gotta have the glary lamp on. Can't see it. Can't feel it. Oh, it was hiding under cat treats. I'm going to go broke buying cat treats and cat litter. Their food isn't terribly expensive. Man. My cats even have their own drinking fountain. It's made for cats. Let's see. I'm typing, that's why I'm not talking. Can't find the H in the dark. H for Howard. Okay. I got groceries today, which was a good thing. But I'm worn out. Let's see, I picked up my mail. I deposited a check in the bank, and I got groceries, and I'm worn out. Oh, my kidneys. They aren't nearly as bad as they were the other day before the antibiotics. But they're still bothering me. Tora, you want to say hi to your adoring fans again? Come here. There she is. She's a big kitty cat. Aren't you? Hello, sweetie. I like to say hello, sweetie. Reminds me of Doctor Who's wife. Okay, hop down and you can have your treats because you said hi to your adoring fans. Oh, I wonder how big she's going to get since she isn't fully grown yet and she's already huge. Okay, let's see. Guy Fawkes Day. Yeah, that actually sounds like a fun festival, Guy Fawkes Day. Here in the western U.S., there's a thing called Burning Man. It's usually once a year, way out in the desert, not necessarily in the same place every time. They make a huge straw man and burn it down, set it on fire. Very much like Guy Fawkes Day, except, nobody tried to burn down our Congress yet. You never know, maybe the way things have been going here, there's been an increase in violent crime and riots. Oh, I'm sorry, mostly peaceful protests. They only burned down cop cars. Yeah, right. Well. Round thing in the back room. You mean the clock? It's the only thing I see that's round. What the heck is that round thing in the back room? Well, that room is the kitchen. Round thing. I don't see it. It's just a weird angle. You're looking at a combination of a floor lamp and a toaster. If that's what you mean. Or way down on the floor. That's just the top of a bucket full of cat supplies. Through the door. If it's a globe, it's awesome. I don't have a globe. It's just the floor lamp in the foreground, which is shaped like a seashell. And then way back behind it, the toaster is just reflecting enough light to look like it's part of it. Well, I don't know about that, Circle K, but it is an optical illusion. I wish I had a globe. It does look kind of like a globe. It isn't, though. Let's see. V says Burning Man has left 17 sexual assault cases unsolved. Well, that's sad. Just because they're pagans doesn't mean they can't behave themselves. You've never seen that planet? Well, I can see why. It's Now see what the camera sees is not the same as what I see when I look back, so I have to figure it out. But that, let's see, other way, that is not a globe, it's the lamp, brass lamp in the fake black brass lamp in the foreground, kind of brass colored, and the toaster in the background. Oh, my eye itches again. Oh well. Violence and stabbings at Burning Man? Well, I guess I'm never going there. Oh, wow. I do enjoy festivities around the holidays, but Jesus was not born in December. On the other hand, it is likely that the three wise men visited baby Jesus in December. Now, I know I said I was not going to smoke, but here I am reaching for them. I'll just put one in the ashtray and not light it for now. I need chocolate. Well, it could be a real planet, Circle K. Maybe it's Mars. It looks kind of red. It is a funny looking globe. Yeah, I can see it. But if you look carefully, you can see the pole coming up to the lamp. The thin brass colored line. This is really weird because, as I said, I don't see what the camera sees. It's a weird angle. Yeah. Oh, that isn't the toaster in the background. It's actually the filter pitcher for water. I think. Let me see. No, it is the toaster. It's just the weirdest thing. That's a coffee mug. No, it isn't. Yeah, it's the toaster. This is so freaking weird. Oh, let me check. I'm looking backwards. Oh, I know. But what's that? The camera's seeing something that I don't see. Let me check. Let me get it. I think it might be this. No. Well, this is part of it. It's a colander, well, 2 colanders stacked where I keep my fresh fruit so it gets plenty of air and doesn't go bad very fast. It's part of the picture. So I take it back. It isn't my brass lamp, but you do see. Oh, that isn't the lamp stand. That's my grabber thingy for reaching things on the floor and things up high. But there is a toaster in there, honest. And it is actually showing up. Yeah, the toaster is definitely showing up too. Oh, toasters are awesome. It's still there. Well, I put the fruit bowl back, so now it's there. It's just kitchen stuff that's making a picture. But the lamp isn't actually in the image of the planet. Huh. I keep forgetting that even though I look backward to myself, because it's kind of like a mirror, everything else isn't backwards. It just seems like it because it's behind me. Yeah, I love optical illusions. But I go nuts with those things where you have to find the hidden objects in a picture, like Where's Waldo? Your toaster's bipolar, it never works the same way twice. Yeah, I just set my toaster at a level where I know I'm going to want to pop the toast out before the toaster is finished. And I peek, I look into the top of the toaster and kind of smell it too. Oh, can't resist. I'm hooked on cigarettes. Have been since. Oh, I guess I got serious about smoking when I was 16 or 17, somewhere in there. But even then, I didn't smoke that much. However, cigarettes were bigger and more firmly packed, and they lasted longer. They're getting worse and worse, smaller and more loosely packed, and the price keeps doubling. So I'm going to have to cut way back somehow. Circle K's toaster is reliable. It burns everything. I love one of my secret sins, not so secret now. I love Pop-Tarts, but only the raspberry. Well, I'll settle for brown sugar, but I want the raspberry with frosting. But you know how hard it is to get those out of the toaster? They're so hot, but if you don't get them that hot, they won't melt the butter. Yes, I put butter on top. I haven't had them in ages. Stockholm blend tobacco. Stockholm syndrome. Okay, let's see. LOL. I'm LOLing the toaster and the tobacco. Well, Circle K, I don't think your toaster will kill you, but it just might start charging you a nickel to make toast. If this is a Philip K. Dick world. So every time you want to make toast, you got to pay the toaster a nickel. Your toaster isn't grounded? Well, don't get it near water. Oh, I don't know. My toaster and many of small appliances just have two prongs on the plug. Of course, if you're in England or Europe, all the plugs have like three, I think. And your electricity is twice the voltage of what we have in the US. But even though it's just two prongs, the circuit in the wall is grounded, or it's supposed to be. And of course, all the plugs now you can't put them in backwards. One of the prongs is fatter than the other one. Toaster's older than you are. I used to have a very old toaster. While it was toasting, it would go click, 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 and when it didn't pop up, it went up slowly when it was done. You could hear it click, 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 click. I loved that toaster, but it finally quit working. And it would make 4 slices at once. It was from an old cafeteria. Oh, wow. Now I want toast, and it's your fault. Well, I did just buy bread, so I can make toast with cinnamon, or maybe with honey, and lots of butter. Lots and lots of butter. I still have some of that Irish butter, the Kerrygold. Oh, heaven. I mean, I like Wisconsin butter, okay, but oh, the Kerrygold. Grass-fed cows and all that. It really is awesome. It's just that it costs more for half as much. Not quite double the price, but when you're getting half as much, yeah, it's more than double the price. So, like I don't always have it. Are they trying to go to Mars when we're still using toaster ovens and microwaves separate? Well, I try to avoid using the microwave. Once in a while, I screw up and get some frozen food that says to microwave it and does not have instructions for a regular oven or a frying pan on the stovetop. But mostly it's for reheating coffee, and lately I haven't bothered. I'll drink my coffee cold. But why are we going to Mars? Well, you know when they did the first moon landing in 1969? NASA announced that we would be going to Mars within 5 years. 1974 came and went. We didn't do. I think we sent a like robot camera to look at Mars. Voyager or Pioneer. The Pioneer and Voyager satellite thingies that went out into deep space, those two programs kind of overlapped. Anyway, we got pictures of Mars. eventually. Oh, raisin toast. Yeah. I've had a devil of a time trying to find raisin bread. I have a bread maker that claims that it will make raisin bread, but I've had trouble making any bread in that thing. I will give it a try when I feel ambitious. Okay. Made a grilled cheese sandwich in a toaster? Well, if you have the right kind of toaster that hold 2 slices of bread with the cheese in between, I guess you could. But since my oven doesn't work, which means the broiler also doesn't work, I just put the bread with cheese in a frying pan, put the heat on low and put a lid on, and it makes grilled cheese, sort of. It's good enough. Let's see, Mars is probably sort of alive, I don't know. Well, I'm positive that there at least was life on Mars. Whether it was intelligent life, I don't know. But I suspect that our ancient ancestors colonized Mars. That, for example, the Vedas that talk about Vimanas, flying warships, were not fantasy at all, but history. And who knows how long ago that was. Okay, I'm getting a chill even with the wall heater on, so I'm going to turn on the little electric fan heater. It'll only take a second or two. Yeah, blow that heat right on me in my chair. And I'm going to flip on the heating pad that I'm sitting on. It doesn't do much good when it's off. You see, this darn thing turns itself off at every half hour or so. Let's see, all you've seen of Mars is a glowy, fuzzy red dot and a weird scar. And NASA's pictures of Greenland or something. Well, you know, there is a face on Mars, and whether it's a face or not, that plateau is far too symmetrical to be a natural formation. And although I don't see half of what Richard Hoagland sees in those photos, he has shown that I think it's one side of the face on Mars is highly reflective. It's probably mica. So it's probably something somebody built, whether it's a face or not. And there are all these pyramid-shaped structures. Now, it is possible for those shapes to form naturally, at least on Earth, like those mountains in Antarctica that look like pyramids. But on Mars, they don't have the kind of geology that you would expect to make a mountain shaped like a pyramid. Or even to make a mountain at all. Well, yeah, Olympus Mons, but it's a volcano, a dead volcano, extinct. Let's see. Circle K says they have to fake the pictures because they can't explain the tech in the real pictures, no doubt. Well, the pictures are touched up. There have been whistleblowers claiming they worked painting things out of the photos before they were released to the public, both the moon and Mars. Ooh, I love Great Granny's rocking chair, but when I lean way back, I'm in the dark. Anyway, yeah, there's definitely something they aren't showing us. And I suppose some secrecy is justified, but a lot of it is these scientists who spend their careers using millions of dollars of taxpayer funded equipment and facilities. Oh, I'll be right back. Hang on. Move, 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 move. You, Cora. Kitty, kitty. Look out. Okay. They didn't get my message that I wasn't going. Let's see. Yeah, it's still a lot of glare from that. Never mind. I'll be blue. Um, well, anyway, all these scientists who, basically live on the taxpayer dole. Yes, Tora, you're cute. Oh, I can't release this. I have until I publish because it's my information. I worked so hard to get it. I can't share it. Someone will beat me to publication. And then there was the one who didn't want to take a picture of the face on Mars that all us taxpayers wanted because it was his project and he wasn't interested in the face. And when his pictures of the face came through, they were dubbed the cat box. They looked like a litter box. But they were really taken at a bad angle in bad light. So, of course, they looked awful. Yes, Tora, say hi to your adoring fans. Don't turn away. There's a blue Tora. Okay. See, I went out and she didn't get to. It's okay. Yeah, you hop down and I'll get your treats. I can't put them down in midair. You have to get down. Silly cat. She'll stand at the edge of a table and expect me to put her treats down in midair. She won't eat them out of my hand. Oswald has to make dinner. Well, thank you, Oswald. Typing. And have a great dinner. I'm glad you like my book. I've been on for an hour and a half and I still feel awful. Now I want grilled cheese toast and raisin bread toast and toast with honey or cinnamon or maybe one of each. You guys, you made me hungry. I'm actually planning a BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato. I hope I can eat it. I think I can. It's just that with kidney problems, there's a little nausea, but I have to eat. You know, I've gotten shaky from not eating enough. Oh, Circle K, I'll stick around a few minutes. New cup of coffee, no doubt. Let's see. No. Come on, mouse, wake up. All right. I don't have any wrenches today. Come on. Come on. Well, I'm trying to do it myself and it won't. Here we go. It finally message. It opened. Now let's see. Okay. Okay. That's gone. Oh, Oswald has a wrench, but Oswald has to fix dinner. I think my coffee's almost empty, but I have to focus on water, and that's totally empty, so hang on. Dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Oops. Oh, I haven't shown you guys. I got one of those gadgets where you say, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." I haven't needed it yet. Could have used it when I broke my leg in August of 2020. Couldn't get up, but fortunately, my old crutches were in the broom closet, so I wiggled on my belly and got those out so I could get up. I considered grabbing my cane, which I was already using from time to time, but I couldn't figure out where it was. So I grabbed the crutches. Better deal anyway. Ah, Lord. I have some new subscribers and I'm really jazzed. I forget how many I have now. I can't see them on this window. Oh, V, thank you. I enjoy all of my chatters. Really do. You guys are so smart and such good people. I suppose I should give away a book, but I gave away 2 last week. I think what I should give away today is something special. Hang on. Where is it? This is a nightlight in the form of an owl. And if you're a fan of Philip K. Dick, you know the significance of the owl. See, it's just a small bulb and it plugs in. Phil was going to write The Owl in Daylight, but he passed away without ever having written it. Let me turn on this light. The Owl in Daylight. So a night light in the shape of an owl is very special. So I think I'll give away the owl. So let's see. If you haven't won a book, maybe you can win an owl. I'll pick a number between 1 and 10, and you guys guess what it is. And whoever comes closest without going over will win. And then all you need to do is email me your shipping address, and I'll send you an owl. Oh, bye, Howard. Take care and be good. I have a feeling everyone here except V has won a book. Let me see. Yeah. V, you're it if you want the book. You just, I gotta see my keyboard. Send email with shipping address. Let's see. I'm not going to make this a link because YouTube is in the habit of messing up links. Well, V, you're the only one who's eligible, so you win. So anyway, I'm Kitty's Cats 777 gmail.com. You want a book too. I don't have a book of The Owl in Daylight, but I could send you another book to be named at a later date. Because I'm really dragging here, and I'm not sure where I put the books. Probably Blade Runner Creator, my review of both films and Phil's novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? But I think this owl deserves a good home. I haven't been using him here. I don't have an outlet that really works for me. My house was remodeled by idiots. All the wall plugs are on sideways, which is okay to plug in a toaster. But the owl would have to sit sideways, and just doesn't work for me. I just leave the bathroom light on at night. That way I can find the bathroom if I get up in the night, which I do quite often. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. So make sure you send an email to, or if you are a Facebook friend, you can message me on Facebook. Just give me your shipping info and I'll send it to you. I rarely win anything, but today someone reminded me that I won a book on the local history of these mountains. Oh, Lord. I still have to send a couple books. Someday Australia will accept mail. Who's in New Zealand? I have a viewer who's in New Zealand. I don't think you've won either. Jan is in Australia and they won't accept packages, so the odds are New Zealand won't either. Well, anyway, I'm going to make sure that everybody wins eventually. Gosh. So not a happy camper. Okay. Yeah, and I won it in a raffle where it was like a door prize and they did not charge for the raffle tickets. You got just one ticket, but it was free. And I actually won. Just pulling the cat hair out of my mouth. Tora's cat hair. Let's see if I can find that book. Yeah. Mountain Mileposts, Crestline Edition. The Swingin'est Town in America. That picture is I think 1920s when our local restaurant was a bar. It's the bartender and co-workers. It's a big, large format book, like the size of printer paper. A little bigger, I think. I think it's 9 by 12 instead of 8.5 by 11. But it is a nice book. I'm not going to put it back because it really hurt me pulling it out. Well, yeah. Crestline, the swinginest town. We've had, for example, for a short time, I rented, in between houses, I rented a tiny studio apartment in a building that used to belong to a mafia gangster. I forget which one. But it was where they played poker and played with loose women. Nice tie. I'm not wearing a tie. And the owl isn't wearing a tie. Oh, it must be the bartender on the book. Yeah. My brain's a little fuzzy. And it's time for my second pill. They're 2 a day, antibiotics. It's a little after 6 p.m. here. It's time. And before I forget, I have to mark it on my calendar because I forget that I already took my pill. And if I wait too long, I'll forget to mark it on the calendar. Here's a pen and the calendar. Got a free calendar from the pharmacy that sold me the pills, the antibiotics. Here we go. Yeah, his tie is got a picture of a nude woman. I didn't realize that. That's what the white on his tie is. It's a silhouette of a nude woman. Okay, let's put the pen away before I forget to do that. It's a special pen that is attached to a notepad. All right. Come on. Gotta find the little loop of elastic that the pen goes inside. There, here we go. And then put it away. And zip up the purse because Tora goes fishing and she pulls out what she considers cat toys. Oh, on my other side, that's well, there's a reflection in the glass door of the cabinet, and then there's a clock on the wall. I don't know. What in the world is that? Oh, it's just a white package. It's the white square That's my socks that just came from Amazon. One thing we don't have up here is a clothing store for. Did I smoke that? I don't remember lighting it. Oh, here it is. Uh, um, we don't have a clothing store for normal people. There is one here if you happen to be a teenager or very early 20s. And then there's the one in Lake Arrowhead where I can't afford to buy socks there. You gotta be kidding me. V, if you're the one who's in New Zealand, they might not, it might be delayed because I know Australia still won't accept packages. They'll accept letters from the US, but they won't accept my book because they don't want packages. I think they're afraid of COVID. I don't know. It's frustrating, but they got to do what they got to do. And COVID is a real epidemic. It's really dangerous. Personally, I don't think I'm at much risk, but many people are. So, you know, yeah, Blue Star. I'll point to it. I can't see it in real life. Ugh, come on. There. The blue light. It's something reflected. Actually, it's my computer screen reflected on the glass door of a cabinet. Or maybe you mean that? Oops. That is a track light over the refrigerator. Actually, it isn't over the refrigerator. It's just reflected from the wall above the fridge. That there. And it's the U.S. Postal Service that has suspended the mail, not Australia. Weird. Weird. Well, you know, I'm not good at spatial orientation, but if you mean I can't, if you mean that round thing, it's the base for a smoke alarm. Some fool. No, I gotta admit, it was nice to get a free smoke alarm. But he put it up while I wasn't watching, and he put it up so high that I couldn't reach it. So when I was, all I did was boil some water, to boil some eggs, and the darn thing went off, and I couldn't reach it to turn it off. I had to get a ladder. Just because he's 6 feet tall and he can reach up over his head to do it. I was 5'4". Now I'm 5'2". I had to get a ladder to get the darn thing down and turn it off and put it someplace where I could reach it. And I still haven't taken the base off the wall to put it down lower where I can reach it. Oh, that reminds me, I have to change the batteries in the smoke alarms. Well, this, if you mean that star, it's actually my track lights, which I turned on because they aren't making glare. It is pretty. Doesn't look like that in real life. All right, we got another troll. Let's see. Port. And oh, when you report it, it deletes it. Excellent. Well, so it's our post office that won't send to Australia. They told me it was the other way around. But the clerk at the post office tried to send the package for me, and the computer would not make a shipping label because it said they couldn't send it. All right. I don't know which side is the other side, Circle K, but if it's cool, it's got to be that one. And it is cool. So let me know if I got it right. Please. Yeah. Well, you see, there's no natural light coming in. It's dark out, and some of the houses have porch lights, but it's basically really dark at night here. I used to love coming up here before I lived here to just look up at the sky and see the Milky Way. Couldn't really see it from down below. Hi, Jason. Let's see, now I gotta type. I need light. Well, anyway, now it kind of scares me to look at the sky, especially when I tried to look at the moon with binoculars. This feeling of intense dread took over, and I had to quit looking at the moon. Artificial light could be depressing. Oh, Jan says it's really windy outside. Wow. Sorry. We had massive windstorm a couple days ago, and it feels like everything I own and everything the neighbors own is just scattered all over my yard. We had gusts of at least 70, maybe 75. Well, if you hear the wind on my end, it's the heater fan. Oh, no, it's the little electric fan heater. Here, I'll turn it off. I finally got warm enough. I didn't turn on the heater at first when it was getting cold. There. But we did have a windstorm a couple days ago that was massive. And we had windy days, several of them, but the one day in particular, I think it was day before yesterday, it was awful. My wind chimes were banging against the wall of the house on the leeward side, the side away from the direction of the wind. Oh, yeah, the California desert does get wind and sandstorms and dust storms. When I spent 2 months living in Hesperia, it's Hesperia, but we called it Hesperia. The wind would get so bad that in order to put gas in my car, I had to hold the car's door handle. That was back when cars had handles you could hold on to. Because while I was pumping the gas, the wind was blowing so hard I couldn't, it was moving me. Oh, an early spring would be so nice, Circle K. We got an early winter. Up here, winter started in October. Super cold, lots of rain and ice. We still haven't had a huge amount of snow. It just feels like it when the snowplow makes a big old 2-foot tall berm in front of the house in order to clear the road. Fortunately, someone dug out a path for me. It was very nice of them. And didn't even want to get paid for it. Another cigarette all gone? Did I smoke it that fast? Oh well. Usually the ashtray smokes my cigarettes, and that's a waste. They're too expensive for that, but I get distracted. Anyway, the windstorm is gone, Jan, because it was my fan heater blowing warmth on me. I shouldn't run it this time of day. From like 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. the rate is higher. But I was cold. And generally, my electric bill isn't that bad. I think the biggest bill I've ever had in winter when I was using the heat was $70. It's my gas bill that kills me. So anyway, wow. I've been on for almost 2 hours. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 hours. And I still feel crappy. But I do like Great Granny's rocking chair. I'm glad I have cool stars and you aren't just complaining that my visuals suck. I know about lighting, but I don't mind looking weird. It's kind of cool, I think. Wild is the wind. It reminds me of the Maverick theme song, the second stanza. Wild as the wind in Oregon, blowing up a canyon, easier to tame. I like Maverick. It was a TV series and there was a movie. Let's see. That one had what's his name? Can't remember his name. Oh well. Great actor. But I'm not good at names. Let's see if Google will be my friend and tell me. Come on. Maverick cast. Yeah, James Garner. It's giving me the movie cast. Now, who was on the TV show? There were 3 Maverick brothers on the TV show. James Garner, Jack Kelly, and Roger Moore. Brett Maverick, Bart Maverick, and Beauregard. Come on. Oh, Roger Moore was not a Maverick. Brent Maverick was Robert Colbert, or maybe that's Colbert, but it's spelled Colbert. Roger Moore was Beauregard. I don't know who Beauregard was. Oh well, come on, close. Close, you evil thing. Hi, Sandra. I've been on 2 hours, so I'm really running out of steam. I'm even worse on the keyboard right now because I'm in the dark. Oh well. I've given away a book and an owl nightlight. Cool owl. And he's a nightlight. And yeah, coffee time, Jason. Well, I just finished a cup of coffee. Oh, it isn't quite finished. Cold, but still there. So we've covered Mars and all kinds of stuff. But I'm winding down. It's just a bummer to have a kidney infection. It isn't my first rodeo in having these off and on since either 03 or 04. I don't remember exactly. Might have been 02. Anyway, they just keep coming back. I hope that this time it doesn't. But I'm going to have to see a specialist. The doctor referred me. I have to. Oh, Beauregard was a dog that giggled? Yeah, but not on Maverick. They had an actor playing him. Well, maybe he did the voice of Beauregard. Maybe he giggled. But it was Roger Moore, so I find that strange. Anyway, let's see. Kidney infections are nothing to laugh at. Anyway, Roger Moore played Beauregard, so I guess he giggled. I don't remember the dog. But I did watch Maverick quite often. Wonder why I don't remember the dog. Huh. I guess it's been too many years. Anyway, James Garner played Maverick in the movie. And of course, he played Brett Maverick in the TV show. Oh, well. And of course, Roger Moore was one of the James Bond actors. I think he got the role because he was in that TV show. Can't remember the TV show. Come on, Google. ROGERMOO. Okay. He played James Bond 7 times. You know, people thought he was too old to be James Bond, but he was younger than Sean Connery. The Saint. Well, let's see. Okay. Maverick. Beauregard. And they spell Beauregard the French way. Beau regard. Maverick Pappy Beauregard, a professional gambler, father of the Maverick boys. So there was a dog that giggled. Let's see. TV show. Well, there's an episode with a dog. A lot of people have named their dogs Maverick. I don't know. Oh, brothers will break your mind. That's for sure. Okay, let's try. Dog named Beauregard on Maverick TV show. I don't know. Don't know. Beauregard is one of those names that they like to use for fictional characters. And it can be a first name or a last name. Wow. I like the old TV shows a lot more than the new ones, but they're often politically incorrect. But I don't care. It was a different time and a different place. I was shocked, for example, when I read Heart of Darkness. It's the novel on which the film Apocalypse Now was based. But Apocalypse Now was in Vietnam, but Heart of Darkness was set in Africa, in the Congo, in the early 1900s. I'm trying to remember the copyright date. I think it might have been 1910. Let's see. Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, a Polish author who wrote in English because at the time nobody would publish anything in the Polish language. Okay, it was originally published in April 1899. Well, I was reading Heart of Darkness because the film Apocalypse Now was based on it. Well, in referring to the native people of the Congo, the novel uses the N-word. I guess it was perfectly acceptable in 1899, but it was rather shocking to me. No wonder some schools have banned that novel. They, it was that time and that place. And the wonderful thing about the novel is that even though they're going into deepest, darkest Africa, it shows you that the real heart of darkness is the heart of the white colonist. All right. I don't know why Bunch of Cowboys is held for review. That's ridiculous. Your brothers were a bunch of cowboys. Well, when I played Cowboys and Indians with my brothers, I always wanted to be the Indian. Cowboys were boring. Although I did kind of like Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. His horse, Trigger, he had more than one, but the first one, the original Trigger, Roy Rogers says he never, well, he said, he's dead too, but he said he never taught that horse a trick. The horse taught him the tricks. And most horses, let's face it, are dumb as a doorbell. Or is it a doorknob? Anyway, horses are stupid, but not that horse. He was amazing. I learned that my current runny nose is from the wind. It's allergy. But it's still annoying. And I probably breathed in some cat hair again. Okay, guys. 2 hours and 15 minutes. I really gotta go. It's been real. I've really enjoyed you guys tonight. You make me feel better. Let's see. Thank you for listening. Achoo! Jeez. Thank you for listening and have a great night. And God bless us, everyone, to quote Tiny Tim. Come on. Too many typos. Way too many typos. Jeez. I have to do that one by hand. And I'll see you all again. Oh. Boys punch each other, huh? Well, that sucks. Well, as long as no one's injured, I guess they think it's cool. And thank you very, very much. Gotta go. Bye.